6:15 right now, and turning to health news. Some of us may be focused on getting fit for the summer, but that includes more than just your body.
Yeah, keeping your mind in shape is just as important. Joining us now with some tips on how to stay mentally fit, Dr. Kimberly Van Buren, a marriage and family therapist with Balancing Act Life Management Services. Keeping your mind fit, that has to mean different things. Say for Audrey and I, we have different idea of what mentally fit is.
Right. And it's going to be different. Thank you guys for having me. It's going to be different for everyone. So staying mentally fit is about strengthening your mind and managing your emotions, right? So if we have the mental fitness, we are able to handle life's obstacles without all of the angst that we would normally have. Right. So there are several things that we can do to keep ourselves mentally fit. And one of them is to assess where you are in your mental health, right? Is your mood stable? Do you feel kind of the same every day, or is it very varying, right?
You know, during the summer months, a lot of things slow down. So it almost seems like more things could pop up, right? Especially for children, because they don't have that routine. You know, why is it so important to strengthen our minds along with the rest of the body right now?
It's important because we have to stay flexible to what life brings us, right? And like you said, we're in a very normal routine during the school year, but during the summer we're more flexible. So your mind has to be flexible as well. You can't be so rigid that you're unable to go with the way that life does.
My son said something interesting to me yesterday. We were outside doing some work and everything, and he said, you know, gosh, it's just so hot. He goes, you know, try not to be irritated, but I think the weather does obviously affect, you know, your mood or your mental fitness.
I think the weather can affect it. I think that traffic can affect it, right? That's why it's so important to stay mentally fit, because then you're more stable, right? If I have the things that I do to keep myself fit and strengthened, no matter what, then things like heat and traffic won't bother us.
So what are some of those things we can do to stay mentally fit?
Some of the things we can do is to assess where you are in your mental health, you know, often, you know, see where we are. You want to assess your behaviors to see if there are any patterns that you have. And you also want to stop multitasking. Which is, right, yeah, because
how do we do that? Yeah.
I know, as we're all doing all these different things. But monotasking is really helpful in our concentration, and it helps us build the neurons in our brain so that we are not so frazzled all the time.
So at what point do you realize, maybe I need a little help, maybe I need to go speak with someone? How do you know where that point is?
I think it comes from the frequent assessing, right? How am I feeling in my body? Do I feel tired? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling, right? Just assessing, have I been sad for a few days? So that constant monitoring of how we're feeling is going to tell us what we need to do next.
Wow, yeah, you got to stay real with yourself. Kimberly, if people want more information, where can they get in touch with you?
They can contact me. I believe there is a code. You can scan the code right now.
Right there.
And you could send me a message. And we have some workshops coming up, a couples workshop in particular, for helping with communication with relationships, which also lead to our mental fitness.
All right, Kimberly Van Buren, thanks for getting up so early and joining us this morning.
You are welcome.
Thanks so much. All right.